Yeah. Nah, nope. Profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou.
Light-skinned Lou. Light-skinned Lou. Light-skinned Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody? The dynamic duo is back in the building with another episode of Live with Light Skin Lou. I'm Light Skin Lou, and this young lady to my left with the pretty smile is the lovely Kiki. Today, we have a special guest in the building. But before we get started, I want to give special thanks to DC's finest, the headbangers, finest, Nashi, Sugar She Smith, and Derek Shark Sheezen Davis for stopping by and showing love. And I cannot forget about you guys for your continued support. So if you ain't here, hit that like button, y'all. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now, let me introduce our next guest. Amateur standout, former WBC Silver Middleweight Champion, fresh off a second round KO of Antonio Hernandez, October the 14th. We was there, Maryland Live Casino, with a record of 19-3-2 with 12 KOs, straight out of Richmond, Virginia, y'all. He is none other than Immanuwel, the chosen one, Aleem.
Thank you.
What's up, my guy, man? Before
What's up?
Get started, me and Kiki would like to say congratulations on that second round KO, October the 14th, over Antonio Hernandez, Maryland. We was right there, y'all. We ain't hear from nobody else. We saw when he hit him, the sweat flew over right here on my t-shirt. And I'm bill. The sweat ran right on my white t-shirt. But man, welcome to the channel. Thank you for taking this interview. I know you're a busy man in the fight game. Thank you for stopping through. Let's start this thing out by just letting everybody know a little bit about yourself and just how you put those boxing gloves on.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. Thanks for having me. Where it started, everything started from my brother, 12 years old, when he wanted to try something new. And I was an athlete. I love basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. I did a lot of different sports, soccer, basketball. I didn't get to play football. My dad didn't want me to get injured, but it's weird. But I got into boxing. But my brother wanted to try something different. Got into boxing. My dad took effort to find a gym. And once I went there the first day, because I was fighting in school and fighting around the neighborhood a lot. So it was like, once I seen that I didn't have to get in trouble, I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm with it. That's all it took was one day. I was there the second day, and now I'm here.
You said you didn't play any other sports?
I played soccer,
okay,
basketball. I was very good at football, just never got the opportunity.
Okay.
My mom tried to get us in everything. I skate.
Okay.
Just try to be a kid. Try to get me in a lot of different things.
Okay. And how did you know boxing was the sport? That's what you wanted to do.
I honestly wanted to play basketball, but I was a fighter. I was a fighter. Yeah, basketball was what I always wanted.
Fighter on the outside.
Yeah, he was in the streets.
Yeah, definitely fought a lot in the streets, fought a lot in school, and I guess my dad always used to play with me a lot. I always used to be mad and always try to hit him. So once I got in the gym and see I could hit people and not get in trouble, that was it. That's all I wanted.
Oh man, I love it, man. I love it. I love these interviews when we go back into the history. So I'm gonna go back a little bit and let everybody know a little bit about your amateur career. What was that like?
Yeah, my amateur career was an experience from where my dad took a chance with us, because knowing when we started with pawn shows and special effects in 2005, for some reason, you know, he just knew boxing wasn't there. He followed boxing from the for years. He's from Jamaica. He's from St. Catharines, but he watched, like, you know, Ali and everybody coming up. He just knew something was different, and they wasn't giving us the attention and the knowledge that he thought he was looking at. So when he went to Ray Brown's and left the citywide boxing gym at that time, Ray gave us a lot of old wisdom, and he kind of seen what we was, you know, started to learn the jabs, learn the techniques and everything. My dad was like, okay, this is the place you need to learn from. But Ray sooner got sick, and he had passed probably within a few months, not a few months, probably within 8 months to a year. Because after that, we were about to leave and do our own thing, and he couldn't come to the gym. But my dad wanted to still show his respect and everything. So he came to our fights. He'll come watch us train, even on his deathbed. Like, he came out of his bed and wanted to see us train and said, nobody mess with them kids. Like, he's seen something. And then my dad went on and did his own thing. He came to my brother's last fight, and he knocked him out right in front of him. That was like a beautiful thing to see him, you know, take that last time when we left and then see us win. And then he was like, man, he kind of seen what we had installed in us already. So then my dad took us on the road. He started seeing tournaments like Ringside and all these places. Like, why are we not a part of that? So we just had to learn on our way. We came from nothing. Like, we used to train in our living room and spar against each other and run the blocks and everything. So I'm doing that, playing basketball, going to school, playing, you know, basketball in high school, going right back to the gym. I was just athletic the whole time, always training, going to these tournaments, going to out the city and trying to get that recognition and push ourselves, because Virginia and Richmond at that time didn't have anybody. We coming up in 2005 and 2006, starting from then to 2008, they had a few people in Norfolk, I think, like the Pope brothers and Cordero Simpkins, rest in peace. And it was a few guys, but nobody was there that was the top guys making a name, and they used to just run through Virginia. So we was the one that was fighting back, and we got our respect. Once we got out there, like, we didn't always get the win, but sometimes the win wasn't always the best thing. It was getting your respect. We got close there. We challenged the top guys, and everybody from DC, you know, was winning the tournament. So we had the best people right next door. That was the best thing about it. We ain't had to go to Cali.
I like that.
It was right here. So whoever was the top of the nation, he's right there next door. So you're gonna see him again. You're gonna see him every tournament until you get past that. So we knew where we stood, the higher we competed with that. So the closer we get, we knew we was getting closer and closer. And that was our journey. Just trying to get closer and closer to being at the top.
Yeah, man. I love these stories. Look, my antennas is up, man. I love it. Now, we talked backstage for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you mentioned who you came through the amateurs with. That was a hell of a resume that you just, you know, told us. So I was curious, who was your toughest opponent in the amateurs?
In the amateurs, my toughest, I'm gonna give him his respect because he's out of the DMV. It'll be Demetrius Ballard, because Demetrius Ballard used to win everything, and he was number one, and he was where our ceiling was. So I knew I had to compete against him, and we'll go right to the last round, everything, like last few blows. But I know that he was cleaning everybody in a way up in the nationals. I just know if I get to him, I'm number one, or I'm right there. So Demetrius was the toughest one because he was winning 11, 12 straight nationals and sweeping everything. So yeah, he was definitely one of the toughest.
And he was a light-skinned brother. What you expect?
Yeah. Light-skinned was running. They had a run right there. They had a run.
Oh, you should have known he was gonna say that. So I think your first amateur fight was probably when you were like 13, right?
Yeah, because I started at 12 and I didn't fight for a year and a half.
Okay.
I couldn't get no matches and no fights. And as a kid, that used to anger me. Because I'm just like, I don't want to fight. And there ain't nobody here to make me even madder. So when I got that first fight, I really wanted to lay hands on somebody. I must have anger issues or something. I don't know.
So what would you say was your biggest accomplishment as an amateur, or some notable achievements?
It would be silver gloves. I came all the way number 2 in the nation. My first time going to silver gloves in 2009. Okay. That journey from missing weight to being pushed up to another weight, because they didn't tell me that I had to lose 6 ounces. So they moved me up to 138. and I went from 138 all the way to the nationals and came in second. So I felt like that was one of my accomplishments. That's when, you know, Erickson Lubin and Javante and Patrick, everybody was up there at the time. So I felt like, okay, I'm up there in that echelon. And then going to the JO's nationals and coming in number 3, I just kept going top 3 in each tournament. Then the national power came in 2, and I think those tournaments was good. And right before I went pro, I think I went to every tournament, went to Golden Gloves, USA, came in the top. It could be top 4, I think, in the USA nationals, but that was for the Olympic trials. And then we came up short. And then went to the last chance, and I had a knockout in the first fight. And then I lost in the semifinals, and I was like, that's when I came up short. I went pro afterwards.
That's still good. That's good.
Yeah, man, that's a hell of an
I was
accomplishment.
any tournament I went to national, I always came at least top 3.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I heard you on your Instagram how you I think it was YouTube. Watched the video how you was always right there in the mix, man. Always in the mix because that, like, when you just think about the names that you named, Immanuwel, these guys were top guys. So to be able to stay right in the mix of all of that, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. It feels great when I look back and think like, man, all these guys, all this talent get to be around and be a part of.
Yeah, it makes you tough. It toughens you up. And that's why my next question is toughness, right?
Right.
You grew up in Richmond, Highland Park. I listened to your interview. You said, now I might not be able to quote you exactly what you said, but basic is eat or get eaten.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up around an environment like that?
Even to this day, it feels like just moving around, you just know that something's always gonna give or take. That's just how Richmond is. It's like they would chill with you, but at the same time, something's gonna happen if you do something wrong. And you always gotta look over, not really look over your back, but you always gotta make sure you're in a safe environment. And if you have a problem, the problems will come to you. And that's just how it is. There is no walking away. They're gonna see you every day and pick on you every day until you do something. So that it's like the bullying. It's like the bullies get bullied, and if you don't get bullied, you either fighting back.
Wow.
So, or you're gonna get picked on until you do something about it. So having that mentality just hardens you and toughens you to everybody. You don't play with nobody. And when it's time to be whatever, it's cool. But when we take it there, we take it there.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, like we ain't leaving, we ain't settling back because we gotta do something now.
Yeah.
Time to get busy, baby.
Yeah. It's like we did now. What's up? Like we doing tomorrow. You ready? You ready? Having 15 to 20 people at your door as a kid ready to fight whoever is inside of that house, that treats you different.
Wow. Okay, take us back to when you first turned pro. What was that like?
Oh man, turning pro. That was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. It was something I felt like from the amateurs. My brother had such a Ali style. My brother's one of my biggest inspirations because he started everything. Without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at. He led the pathway. He was a year and a half older than me. So he was able to go to these tournaments and see these open fights. And he's 16 fighting against these guys. I had to see how he competed. And once I seen how he competed, it inspired me because my brother was not as talented as me. He wasn't I ain't gonna say he's not as talented. He wasn't as I got things a lot quicker for him. Like when it came to playing or learning stuff, I was outside. I did a lot of things. He was inside. He was reserved. He played more on his computer. He was doing things on like fixing computers, reading things, and doing more technical things. I was outside having adventures, having fun, do whatever. So you would expect me to learn something quick. Yeah. But him, he was more of a nerd at that time. He didn't really want to get involved in stuff. So when he did things and learned boxing, he was skinny. He looked more goofy. He was more klutzy, but he had his own little rhythm, his own thing. He developed his own style. And him watching Muhammad Ali and being inspired from that and just being himself, he really started to really excel in that. And I think at times in fighting, I watched him get criticized and scrutinized for him having a style, putting his hands down, making a shuffle, and doing things because this is what he was inspired by. It wasn't like they looked at it like he was clowning. He only knew how to fight like that. That was all he knew because that's all he studied. is watching. He felt like that felt comfortable. And then that used to anger me because seeing my brother, knowing where he come from, knowing that he didn't come from somebody knowing how to fight, somebody who just wanted to be himself and be free. They think he's showbo and he really just don't know how to not do it. It's like Michael Jackson. He just feel it. Once he feel it, he goes. And then he fighting these top guys who have 50 fights and 100 fights, and he making them look bad. And I'm looking at them like, I don't feel like it's bad that they criticize. I'm like, he's being himself, and you can't stop that. That's what angered me. You know what I'm saying? If you doing something, you got to stop it. But if you can't stop it, you can't criticize the person that's actually being himself. But that would push me going pro, because when we lost that last chance, his whole energy was down because we went to the tournament. And a referee did this again. Every time he fights, he crushed the first day. Everybody would come watch the fights. They'll chant his name, Ali, Ali. They start saying it. Because my brother, our last name is Aleem, but they say Ali.
Yeah.
Because he wear the white shorts and everything, start dancing. And then the referee came the next day and said, hey, he didn't even know his face without the headgear. He's like, this Ali kid, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not engaging when he's fighting, and he's not doing this and that. He didn't realize he's talking to him right in his face. And he said, hey, yeah, that's me. He said, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. But after that, he didn't get scored. No more points going in that round. He throws a bunch of punches and he throwing 20 to 30. And at that time, the scoring system was like, you throw 6, that's going to equal about 1. My brother, no, naturally, he'll throw 0 into the third round. We're like, that is crazy. I've never seen that. But he was really discouraged. And I pushed forward going to pro. And I said, I'm going to go pro. I know I'm going to start that energy. We get inspired from each other like that. He pushed me as an open and opened the door for me. And I opened the door for him going pro. And I just took the torch.
I like that, man. I love it, man. So, me and Kiki, we always set fighters up when they come on the show. Kiki asks a question, and then I'll do my follow-up question. My follow-up question is the 8-ounce gloves, man. Like every fighter we ask that, I always like to look at their reaction when I ask them that, because that's like, it's less protection on your hands. And the door swings both ways, because he's going to hit you and you're going to hit him. So my question is, what was that like, when putting on those 8-ounce gloves?
Well, I didn't get the luxury of getting 8. I got 10s because over 154 pounds. You get,
okay, yeah, it's a 10. Okay.
So I was getting close. I was like, man, them 8s would be totally different. But I don't know, getting punched by them, I might have a different mentality, because when I put them on, I feel invincible. Like, I do know it goes both ways. That's the thing about it. But I like my chances on both ways when I put them gloves on. Like, getting hit by them, they do feel different from the 16s and the 14s as an amateur. I think we fought in 12s. But definitely a lot more impact, a lot more pain, especially after the fights. A day or two going to be sore, maybe a week. Just depending on how much damage you took. But them little taps you take with the sparring gloves is not the same when you have these 10 ounces on. It's like, a little bump might be a lot and have your whole head move and everything. It's like you feel a lot more. And then the next day when you're adrenaline, you be aching and everything. But I like my chances once I have them on. I'm like, yeah, these like my cannon.
Oh man!
If I hit you before you hit me, that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes. What would you say you think was your biggest adjustment, transitioning from the amateur to the pros?
Transitioning from that, it was listening and learning the system in the business of boxing. Amateurs was so fun. And I think as a comparison to anything like basketball or any other thing, like AAU or whatever, when you transfer to when money's being made, everything changes. Everything changes. Yeah. The attitude changes. The fun changes. I had a lot of fun as an amateur, going to these tournaments, fighting the number one guy, fighting top in competition back to back to back. And win or loss, you feel good going to the next one. As a pro, when money's involved, a lot of people do a lot of things with money, and it takes away the fun out of it. It's like being around, you really need a lot of good people around you that's motivating and keeping you. We went through a whole thing with me and my brother. I went through the ups and downs. My career, I think, I started 2012 till now, it's 2023. It's 11 years?
Yes.
And it's been a lot of ups and downs, depression and this and that. I didn't think I ever get to that point, but I understand going through the tops and bottoms of the sport, being on TV, seeing how they do it on TV on the top level, working with the world champion camps, then coming back down. It's like I see all that happen. And the best thing is having great people behind you. These people will use you. They'll do whatever it is. When money's involved and they got money, they're not worried about what you do with your money. They worry about how they can get something from you with their money. So that changes. Because the amateurs, you worry about the trophy, you worry about you being number one. In the pro, you worry about what you can put in my pocket. And that's a different mentality and learning that. And as long with your fight and along with your talent, it's like not too many people can catch on because a lot of people get messed up and they keep going or they get pushed to the side. And a lot of people get in a good situation, luck up, but it's real hard, like going through that phase without being taught. You gotta have the right. I think that transition from amateur to pro, just realizing this is not, it's serious. It's way more serious when it comes to people money. When money's involved.
Yeah,
so true.
that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
It
Hey, look
changes
here.
everything.
Yeah, that's right. If y'all just get in here, man, y'all better hit that like button. The chosen one has chosen to come to the Live with Light Skin Lou show, and we are here. I'm
Yeah.
Light Skin Lou. That's the lovely Kiki right here to my left, and the chosen one is at the bottom of the screen. He has told me that he's been chosen to take on the middleweight division.
Yeah.
So as we speak, let it be.
Yeah, middleweight, super middleweight. I think I'm going to super middleweight from now on.
Yeah.
I started off at super middleweight my pro debut, but I went down to 60 and I've been fighting for that. But I think I kind of grown in 68 now. I'm kind of there.
Yeah. Speaking of super middleweight, Kiki, Demar Nicholson is in the building.
Yeah.
Special shout to my man Demar Nicholson
Demar
in the
Nicholson is in
building.
the building.
That's right. That's my
Yeah.
guy. That's my little
We
brother.
got a lot of history. We got a lot of
Oh.
history. That's my guy.
As my research says, you guys got it on.
Yeah, I think about 3 times.
Yes, yes. And it's a beautiful thing. You see how all this it goes round and round, man. When you talk about DC, Virginia, and Maryland, you're gonna cross paths at some time.
Yeah.
And you guys cross paths and you guys went in there like soldiers and got it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Demar for being in that circle with us as an amateurs with me, him, and Demetrius. Like Demar had to fight him out the states, and I had to meet him in the regional. So we all had to go against each other all the time to get out. So that's our pit of whoever gets out of there. Whoever gets out knew they was gonna be a champion once you make it out the states or the regional. So that's where our struggle come through. Like start all through there. We become a champion in the states. You get out of regionals, we there because the number one dude right here.
And somebody else in here, Juan Marshall, he witnessed all this. Juan, I don't know if you know Juan Marshall.
Yeah.
He been here since the beginning of the chat, man. That's my guy. But
Demar said best of the best.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. I want you to take us back 2 weeks ago. Your second round KO of Antonio Hernandez. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I had just got notice of you. When Kiki said we're gonna be at the fights. I didn't know much about you, but I did know when you came out like you belonged there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've been down this road before. So tell the people out there, let's talk a little bit about your last fight, October the 14th, man.
And that fight with Hernandez was a opponent we thought that was gonna try to push me a little bit, show a little bit of a fight. But I think he bit off more than he could chew. I think he thought he asked me questions after the win, like how much I was coming from, and I think he thought I ain't fighting 2 years. I thought I was a pushover, but I've been training and working with the best of the best for the last 3 years with Jamal Charlo, Earl Spence, and Jamel Charlo. Like, I don't think it gets any better than that trio, 47, 54, and 60. And I got to give them everything they wanted when they needed for a fight. So I definitely was in shape. I was in more fight ready, and I've been like getting better, working with them, learning how the champions work on the championship level. And of course, I fought on their cards. I opened up on their cards, but to actually be side by side with them and see how they train and how they get better, and seeing me keep up with them on that, and they helped me a lot, and I appreciate them. So with Hernandez, I think he thought I was off because I ain't fighting a little bit. No, I was good, so I wanted to make a statement. And I felt great having my dad back in my corner and having my brother there, and just having that chemistry. It was different because I had another trainer and a manager before that was there, but not it was a whole nother situation. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like myself. I fought to make things happen versus just like I would say I was more a how high person. How high you want to jump, I'll go do. Whatever the fight,
I
what
like
date
that.
is it? That's all I wanted. I just wanted to do whatever happened. But doing that, you missed the business side, and a lot of things happen business wise, but it was uncomfortable. And the chemistry as a fighter, the trainer was not as gelled there. But it's a lot of things I was missing. That's a whole nother can of worms. But overall, being there with Hernandez, we had a game plan to just take my time, let it come to me, use my skills. And once that first round I got that out of the way, I felt so good going in that second. And hit him with a shot that me and my trainer worked on, Sheldon Bennett. He helped me with the body shot. He said, "Help to that." When the body shot, seen him moving away, he flipped over. I was like, "Ooh!"
And he went back.
I didn't expect that. I knew it was a good shot. I got it right on the elbow, but I didn't expect him to roll over.
Yeah, and then the way he did when he rolled over, and then he had this look on his face like he was in dying pain.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah.
but that's how I see. I'm gonna send you that cleaners bill because that sweat messed up my shirt. I'm gonna send you the cleaners bill, my guy.
I didn't think you knew how hard I hit.
We knew it after that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say basically, I was gonna ask, what was it like making your way back to the ring after being out 2 years? Because I know you had a 2-year layoff,
Mhm.
and I think before that, you had like maybe 2-year layoffs back to back, like in
Yeah.
2019 and like 2021, I believe.
Yeah, that was all the cause of me doing more research on my end. It's certain things I just felt like as a fighter, I felt things it didn't feel right.
Okay.
And I could say I didn't speak up on a lot of things because some things I just like my intuition would tell me like to speak on it or not. And I'd be like, I don't feel like I'm gonna still let it play out and see how it was. But some things I was just fed up when I fought in 2019 and I fought against Ellis and I didn't look my best. It's just the whole situation that happened. And I still lasted and went through the fight. I don't feel like he really did too much. One judge still had it as a draw. I think I still was giving him a good fight, but the way the corner was, it definitely knew that was going to be my last time being in that corner because it wasn't inspiring. It was nothing there. It was real flat and dead. I just knew this energy wasn't. This is not why I signed up to boxing. I came from boxing where these tournaments were having with these great fighters from the regionals to feeling like I don't even know what to do anymore. I was feeling robotic. I was not feeling like I was fighting like myself. It wasn't fun. It wasn't even enjoyable. I'm in a sport where I'm trying to make money and get hit, but it wasn't enjoyable at all. And I felt like I'm more like a robot at that time. And once I detached from that and got back to myself, it took a couple years, but I went out to Charlo and got out good experience with them and got with Ronnie Shields and now try to get that fight with Vidal. Of course, they gave me somebody who's supposed to be a prospect. They thought they wanted him to get a name on me so he can move to a title. But I ended that too because I came out of 2 years and made him look bad, which a lot of people thought I won, which I feel like I did win. I think I won several rounds over whatever rounds they feel like he had. I know he didn't have more than 3 or 4, but yeah, I definitely felt like I had the edge on that fight. And a lot of people booed. That one was a fight that had me distraught because I never had a feeling where I really won everything and everybody seen I won and still took it away from me. So that was like, dang, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I came off 2 years. I did my best. I got in a better situation. I fight. I make this prospect look regular after being off for 2.5 years. And then I get robbed from a decision. I got fans saying I won 69%. The people commentating thought I won. The judges, everybody booed, but the judges. So that was like a distraught feeling for me.
Yeah, that's boxing. Like Kiki said, that's boxing, man. You couldn't have said it no better. Like sometimes the guy who really won didn't win. But like you said, the fans know, but the judges was the only ones who didn't.
They move you aside and bring somebody else. So it's like you stay with all that left over from that fight, but everybody moves on. But I'm still here trying to figure out like, man, where do I go from here? You know what I'm saying? It got a loss. They saying you get you back. Now I don't have a fight for these 2 years, but I've been training, been ready. It's not me. I'm up here asking for these fights, but I'm not getting these fights. So it just puts you in a situation knowing the business more. So that's what makes me look like, because boxing doesn't have a manual. We don't have a book when we get into here. There's nobody showing us like, hey, this is how you're supposed to move, how you're supposed to operate. There's no union, there's no council or nothing. So it's like I had to do the research and realize going forward, this is how I want. You need more guarantees in boxing. A lot of things is word of mouth. A lot of things is I do this for you, this and that, but nothing's guaranteed. And most people that move with guaranteed is be successful. The ones who was wearing them out. Sometimes you can capitalize on a short notice, but I just don't feel like it's fair because you can drop it the day of. You can say, "Oh, I got you tomorrow." Day comes and I don't got you, and I got somebody else, and he's making more money. So it's like you just cut out the loop. You can't do nothing about it.
That's true.
Yeah, that is so true, man. That is so true. I want to piggyback on what Kiki just asked you. I was curious, what did you learn about yourself doing those two layoffs?
I learned about taking my time more. I learned that like watching myself and got to assess myself on everything that happened and how I fought. I rushed a lot of things and I had a lot of young energy. You know, when you're young and you just want to go in there and just prove yourself and just let it out. I had that. And once I got the dial back, even though I didn't fight, I became wiser and seeing how things is better, more simpler, and taking my time, being more of a veteran and experienced. Like, hey, you don't got to go out there and show how tough you is to these guys or how fast you is. Be fight smart. Because that's what the game is, hit and not be hit. As much as the politics and everything changes to go out there and fight, the system never changed. It's still the same how it always been from the beginning. And once I got to understand that, I think everything started to fall in place and I started to feel a little better. I just needed a better situation, which Tony Jetta helped me out. So shout out to Jetta Promotions and Tony Jetta taking a chance on me because nobody else wanted to take a chance to get me back to competing. I asked everybody and work with everybody, of course, the powers that be, but it's that Tony Jetta took the chance. He reached out to me a couple of times, and the second time, I definitely looked more into it because the first time I might say I wasn't as educated and really didn't know what to take the risk because I had a lot of stuff on my plate.
Yeah.
When he came the next time, I said, no, this is something that he said. He came to me twice, and I had to look into it. And I looked into it again, and I said, I think I got to give this another look and look at my opportunity. And I got to really look at my plate and see what's the best situation. I said, Tony is the best situation right now. He's willing to take a risk and build me. I'm a fighter who has the credentials, but somebody will have to put money into me. And this is things that they don't tell with boxing. They don't tell fighters. Fighters should know about what the talks about in the conversation is when it comes to a fighter. Do you know your value? Do you know what you bring and what they're going? The reasons why certain people don't look into you or why they don't do whatever. It could be an image. It could be they don't want to put too much money because they know I'm a fighter. These opponents, they're going to have to pay something. You know, they can't just put me whatever. They got to make, I got to get in my pocket a little bit to help you. You got too much experience, but that's not something that's publicly said and it's not really known for a lot of fighters. So I think boxing just need more of a teacher. It need more of things being said. I'm willing to teach as I go. Anybody who asks me information, I'm always there to share and always tell, especially for what I went through. I don't feel like it's nothing negative. I've learned from it all. I'm a type of person, when I learn, I keep it moving. You know, at the end of the day, I just want to learn and get that experience. So it feels good that I got to know.
You just signed with Jeter right before this fight, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like Juan just said it. Jetta Promotions is currently more active. That's a beautiful thing, man. Having somebody that's gonna always have you in the ring.
Yeah.
Staying active because I would like to think, and I could be wrong, I would like to think that you're on a comeback trail.
Yeah.
And to be on a comeback trail, you gotta keep those dominoes in front of you.
Yeah.
So you know, to stay
I want to come back to get what I deserve, to be honest. I don't really feel like I'm coming back to show anything because I think it's been there. I've been shown that I've been a fighter that been competing with a lot of people and these champions that people struggle with. This fighter that you know, with Korobov, who won against Jamal, and they say he looked good, but I came in there, I got to draw with him. There's fighters with Keechov, who's number 2 in the WBC. I came and knocked him off in 6 rounds, and he was supposed to be fighting Triple G. Like, I feel like I kept competing with these guys. They know I don't feel like I have to owe that. I want to come back and let them know what I've always had, always been here. You know, that's my thing. Yeah, just reminding everybody. Reminder was always been here.
Hell yeah, I'm here to stay. Kiki, look, he here to stay. Hey, look, man, we was riding home, and man, Kiki was like, we got a long ride home from the fights, like an hour ride, and we always like to do like nightcaps. That's cool. Kiki, she be like, yeah. She said, damn, you know, he looked good to be out of the ring for a while and back of the thing. And she was like, we got to get him on the show. And she put the gauntlet down, boom, and it happened. And the chosen one, the chosen, come live of light skin, will kick it with us, man.
I appreciate you, Kiki.
No problem. Is there anything when you just had this last fight? Is there anything that you learned from this fight? I know it was short, and you got the second round KO. But is there anything that you learned from this fight that you want to take into your next fight when you fight again?
Well, it's things that I feel like came together. That's been over time that have been talked about. So I think my experience, my age, my skill, and everything kind of aligned during this fight. Of course, I'm gonna focus on getting more better in shape and more, down to my weight a lot more. But going into this fight, we want to take my time. I want to let things come to me. I think if I would have fought this same way 10 years ago, I would have been a young kid trying to prove myself, going in there, trying to hurt this guy, and boom, blast him out of there. But me taking my time and being more of a veteran and letting it come to me, setting it up, just setting up everything as in on the boxing standpoint, skill wise, pushing him back with the jab, getting him to there, throw the right hand, hit the body shots, like things we set up that we worked on. That was like something beautiful that I got to orchestrate and go forward with. Like, okay, we at this point where I can execute what we train on, and it isn't really so much of a learning period, a big gap. Oh, we need to take this time to learn this. No, I'm here now. I can do everything you tell me what to do. Now it's time to just put this blueprint together and execute. That's where I'm at now.
Yeah, it's definitely a blueprint. I love it, man. We can't wait until all of this takes flight. Because guess what? We're going to be right there, right behind you, young fella.
I appreciate
and I know
it.
you're going to keep them busy.
That's right.
That's my biggest thing. My best years when I had activity. That's why Tony Jetta's coming to give me activity. And I think he's going to be something to be the next guy that's up there. I've been in Tony Jetta's gym for like a decade. I trained in 2013. We've been up there. And I was training along in the gym with the manager had at the time, or I trained at the time. And I've seen him put on shows. He wanted me and my brother when we first debuted on his show, but we didn't get to. Things didn't happen for some reason. But he's always been supporting. We've been training in the gym, and I know that he's been a fighter. So that's one thing I got to respect. Like he's been there, done that. So
yeah, he's been down that road.
Right.
And it don't get no better than that. That's what I was watching a couple of interviews on YouTube, and I watched some interviews you had, I guess, with DC Mike TV. And yeah, like you said, you've been around for a while. So hey, look, he ain't new to the scene.
Careers. I came in at 18 as a pro. I got 2 careers, 10 years, and I'm still can do another 10 probably.
That's right. That's right. Well,
yeah, that's what Juan said too. He wanted to know how much more time did you want to give the sport?
I had a cutoff at 34, 35. I don't get what I want because I feel like I've been since 12 years old. 34, 35 is a good time for me to spend I did everything in the sport I could possibly. But how health is recently and how recovery has been, I think I could be like LeBron. I could last as long as I want to be. It just depends because LeBron is changing the game on health and athletes, and people are getting younger. And I think people can last longer and actually compete longer. Like 30 years old or 40, where he's playing at, they wasn't even doing that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So fighters are starting to last longer, even though the fighters are getting hard or getting tougher. So you're getting a lot of damage in a short amount of rounds. But if you take care of your body, you can last longer. So that's what I'm trying to be. Take care of my body, looking forward.
Hell yeah. You are what you eat, champ. Trust me, LeBron has changed everything. Bernard started it, and LeBron has taken it to the next level because Bernard fought at a high level into his 40s.
I think he fought at the same weight for 16 years. That's tough. I fought 10 years at 60, but 16, that's
that's another level, man.
Yeah.
So that's a great person to look at and say be inspired by.
Right.
Because you figure you say you 34, you 30, and you want to do 4 or 5 more years. That's a great person to kind of just kind of get an understanding of how he treated his body and how he just stayed in the game, how he was able to stay in the game so long.
I used to steamroll my body. I used to just train, go to sleep, and be trying to do the same thing the next day. And then I got into these situations where I see these champions and I got to be side by side and see how they heal themselves, how they recover. I'm like, I didn't do no recovery. But I see why they're able to do the next thing the next day. I'm up here sore, being asked to do this. I'm tight and everything. They get massages, and I'm like, man, I ain't get none of that for a decade. So it definitely feels better. I feel younger. I feel fresher. I feel like my life and everything has extended because of that. And I feel like any athlete be very important and take care of your body. Like it's very It's a big difference, and you don't want your body to break down and deteriorate. And if it does, you should be aware of it and be right on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it. I want to mention something that I circled just because I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget about it. Notable opponents. This is something that me and Kiki we talk about a lot. Fighters fighting tough fights early and not just fighting cherry pick fights.
Right.
I got 4 fighters right here that I've noted that you fought like before your 20 fights, before your 20 fights. Amalekar Vadir, yeah, 12-0.
Yeah.
Ronald Ellis, 16-1. Last name is Kobarov, 28-2. Damar Nicholson, my baby bro, 17-1. You fought these guys at a time where most guys right now are trying to still build their career.
Even Jonathan Cepeda, he was 15-1.
Yes.
14 knockouts.
Oh, you got more. I just, I can go on and on. We can take the whole show and go on. Because I'm about to be 50, so my attention span is a little short. But I say that to say, do you feel like that this resume right here should be done more for young up and coming fighters? How do you feel about that?
I feel like everybody's route is different. I took a situation where I didn't notice I had control on my path, and I kind of took whatever happened to me. So I didn't know who these fights was tough. I believed in my skill. I believed in who I was, and I never said no to a fight. So once they say it's a date, this is what it is. This is what it is. They said, "Well, I'm from Richmond. You here now. We here now. So whatever it is, what it is." So I took them fights, and I always felt like at them times I couldn't be beat, so it didn't matter. And I don't feel like everybody should take that route. They should take the best situation, because I understand the roles now when it comes to management, promoter, and as a manager, you want to manage your fighter. And if you don't feel like your fighter is there to compete yet, it's not for the public to say. It's for you to manage your fighter and say. And at that time, I was just I don't know if I was being thrown to the wolves. I don't know, whatever. I made it out. I'm still here, so I just took whatever was given to me. So I don't think that everybody should take that. I think they should take more of the situation. Okay. I was happen to still be here to survive. It did take, there was a backside to it, and I feel like I survived on the backside, but notice what you're being led to be honest. Like if you feel like fights are competitive and you ain't there yet, don't compete on it. There's no rush for it. Wait until the time's ready, because if they're ready and you're not ready, it's a one-sided fight.
Yeah, that's fair, man. I just was curious of your thoughts, because looking at your resume, I was like, damn, that's early. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
And a lot of people get paid for less, and they don't even fight as much competition out for, and they get paid way more. They be like 7-0 right now, be superstars, and they ain't even fighting one person.
Yeah. And you've been in the ring with all these people, while you're talking about that. Who would you say has been your toughest opponent in the pros?
My toughest opponent. That would be hard. I like Keechov when I fought Keechov, because he really made me dig down. That was a fight for my belt, and I started off the whole game plan. I executed the game plan. The game plan was to hit him early. Don't back up. You ain't the mentality that was told to me. You're not getting a decision. You gotta go for the knockout. So I didn't go in there playing with him trying to score and go for the bell. I went straight for the knockout. And in the beginning round, as soon as I seen the opening, I was nailing him. But he kept pushing and he kept punching and he kept coming forward, just like how I like it. So that's one of my toughest to me, feeling like back and forth. Like I hit him as hard as I can. He's coming forward. He's still pushing, trying to gas me out. He just keep touching me. I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, and I'm just trying to send it back, because I didn't want the referee, because knowing on that side that, he's a champion, I don't want the referee to get engaged and think he's hurting me. So I had to keep my hands moving, and he just touching me and touching me and touching me. Then I had to get my air back for the next few rounds. That was the instructions to move. And then I caught him again in the final. But I think Korbov was a tough fight for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to hear these fights because you never know. People think, well, this guy he didn't have a really good record. Sometimes styles make fights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Styles make fights, and that's it. It don't get no better than that. So I love it, man. I love it.
yeah.
If
He had
y'all
great
just get,
style.
that's right. If y'all just get in here, man, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, y'all better start hitting that subscribe button. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, Kiki told me, see, y'all don't know Kiki. After the show up, she was like, she be calling y'all, she be like, look, y'all coming in here eating our food, and y'all ain't leaving no tip. Y'all better start hitting that subscribe button and that like button. I'm tired of her. Look, y'all, she gets on me for y'all not hitting the subscribe and like button. So I just want to put that out there. But I had this question for a little later on, but because that's Juan Marshall and he another light-skinned brother, so one light brother to another, I'm gonna ask this question. Chad Ochocinco, I don't know, you was at the barbershop, you was getting, you was getting diced up and everything, and things went south between you and Chad Ochocinco, man. Talk to the people out there. What happened with that?
A lot of people don't know that happened 2 years ago. When me and Ocho was at Jamal, I was at Jamal's Charlo's house, and we was in the kitchen. I was getting my hair lined up because he get his hair cut up. And of course, his barber comes to when they got money like that. He goes, get this in the kitchen. So I was next up, and he was on the phone with Chad, and Chad we started talking shit to him and saying, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm sorry, can I cuss over here?
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, he was talking to him, and then he was like, "Hey, who's that in the room? I'll knock everybody out." They said, "Who's that in the chair?" So he started directing to me, and I'm just like, "All right, here you go. What's up?" So Chad started talking, but you know where I'm from, I don't talk, so it's either action on it. So he just say, "Yeah, I'll knock you out. I'll do all this." I'm just like, "Okay, I don't run from smoke, man. It is what it is." But I think within the next few months, he did come over. A lot of people don't know this. He did come over. Showtime was there. Between me and them, this is exclusive. This is exclusive between me and them. Me and him sparred. I introduced him before he had that fight against that guy he fought his first pro fight. So yeah, he got some rounds with me. He don't say too much, but what happened? But he knows what happened.
He was an exclusive, y'all. Right?
He knows what happened, and a lot of people don't speak on it. So I'm glad I got to share with y'all. Like I have a video of his face afterwards and how his face was, and he was just like.
He had some humble pie.
He definitely had a big piece of humble pie for sure.
Yeah, because he's like, "I'll whip your ass. I'll whip your ass."
After that, his face was. I'm gonna have to show y'all. I'm gonna have to post it, Bobby.
Man, that's what I don't get. You don't play boxing. You play soccer, football, basketball.
Yeah,
you don't play boxing, and that's period. I don't. That's what I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah, definitely. He won a challenge and think he's a competitor. I give it to him. He's a real good competitor. Yes. He believes in himself to the ultimate. He'll never give nobody the edge on that. But when in there, he don't realize I'm the same way in my craft, and he got to get a taste of that. And then he realized, like, no, this dude ain't playing. I didn't just take him lightly. I kind of was pushing him to let him know if you want to be in here. And it wasn't a lot of rounds, but it definitely was enough to let him know that this ain't a game.
I bet you won't say that no more.
Yeah, I bet he won't call my man in the chair no more. Be like, that shit, I ain't gonna wait till he leave or something.
Yeah, we ain't had no barbershop calls no more from him.
Let that man get lined up real quick. Let that man get out the chair.
Juan Marshall wanted to know, how did your relationship with Charlo brothers start?
It started with the Sergey Derevyanchenko fight. Okay. I had got 2 offers. This was the lane in my career where I could have went either direction. They offered me to go with Derevyanchenko for his camp against Charlo, but there was nothing said. There was no initiatives. There was anything. Just, hey, do you want to go to camp? Okay, I hear, but nobody ever called back. Then I got another call from Charlo's team saying they want to go to Charlo. They're going to give you this or that. And I was like, I asked my dad, I asked my brother. I had a conference about it. What y'all think about it? They're like, hey, this is the best opportunity. You got a world champ. My dad was always big on getting quality in competition. So at the end of the day, working with the champ, whether you're training with him or fighting him, you're getting better after that. And you're going to learn and you're going to know. So experiences is huge for my dad. And just having that experience. And then he was a brother at the end of the day. I said, I don't want to be too racist, but I do want to help my brothers out. I said, I want to help the other people get it. Let me help my brothers out. I think we need to help each other more. I didn't look at this competitive. I didn't think, oh, he's this, that. I said I can learn from him. He's a champion. Let me take this chance, and that's what I did. And then after that, after sparring with him and sharing the ring for the first time was a great moment to me, just sparring, because where we came from, where I come from, out of Richmond, Virginia, where there's no champions there to represent. We pushing the torch and everything. For me, sparring with the world champion, that was like a big moment for me. Just like, yo, you're the champion of the world. I get to share the ring with you, and I'm giving you my ultimate best, because that's just how I get down. Everybody else might be sparring, whatever. I'm trying to, this is it. We up here like Rocky. Right at the end, when they hit each other at the end on Rocky and Creed, that's how me and him was. And I think that respect came from there, because he wanted somebody to push him to dethrone him in training. If you get that work in training, you're gonna fight that way. And I was giving him all he needed. And I think that respect came from him. He knows that if he had to throw down, we're gonna throw down. He respected me for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which your dad having your father around and coaching you and stuff like that, what's that been like for you, helping you out? And is it hard to separate the father son, or?
No, my dad always taught me, like, as him being militant, you know, being in the army in Jamaica and everything, he always had that type of militant attitude with us, but he taught us how to listen and be obedient early. And we had to learn how to do things and learn our consequences early. So he was always the type to teach us how to be with anybody. So if I can come to your house, I've been obedient, I've learned, I'm gonna listen to you. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be punished by them, my parents. So they taught us very well how to be and have proper etiquette in class, going to stuff. So having him in my corner, it's just the chemistry always been there. Sometimes be telepathic. By the time he say something, I just did it. And of course, I'm his son, but we work that way. And he can see what I'm about to do. And he's been a winner for a long time. He got me to where I'm at. He got my brother to where he's at. He got a gym ninth dimension. My nephew was number 2 in the nation. He was number 1 silver gloves. Like, we got fighters. He started since 2008 till now, been champion and champion and champion. So my dad knows how to win. And he go against a lot of the best. He's respected out there. And having him in court, I know his knowledge. He sees it all. And having my brother with his vision and him, I feel like my brother's one of the best pure boxers out there that didn't get the respect and recognition he deserved. But me knowing that, that's what got me better. Seeing my brother is really the reason why I got better, because seeing he did everything opposite of me. I was an aggressor. I was coming forward. He was the boxer. He was the move. So I got to see that. I got to see when people trying to be flashy on me and move their hands and do all this. And I'm like, no, my brother does this. He's like, to me, I compare him to like Shakur and Lomachenko. Like, he knows how boxing goes and how his mind science, he sees what you're supposed to be doing. So when I do something wrong, he corrects me. Like, man, you go and see right there, they're gonna hit you with the jab. Move your feet, don't do this and that. He corrects me. So he's my opposite. And we
Is
both
he still
like,
boxing?
yeah.
Your
He
brother
is boxing, but he took a break because of the depression. The depression and getting his life in order because of everything that happened. You know, he wasn't making income at the time, and things had to keep moving. He's like, man, he made a decision. Like, I'm not gonna stop and just sit here and soak and not have life move on. He know that life moved on, but he still had the passion for it. He helped me out for this fight. I got him back sparring with me and everything. So he still got it for sure.
Man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was a great thing to see you back in the ring, man. I was like, damn, like Richmond, Virginia, up to Hanover, Maryland. Man, you travel. Your folks travel. Like, they was like coming up next, co-main event. And you came out and we were sitting right there to your right. And we seen your mother, your aunts, and your cousin. Hey, dog,
they showed out. Shout out to my family. Everybody came out from Colorado, New York,
all y'all.
And they had on the shirts, the chosen one.
Yeah,
represented.
The Phoenix Suns.
That's right. Color code. Even though I'm a Lakers fan, I like it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even mad at you. So what's it like having your folks to just uplift for their weekend and say, you know what, we're going to see our loved one fight? What's that like, having them show up for you like that?
It was such a surreal feeling because of what I went through in my career, and my family and everybody wasn't always there to see all our fights. We didn't get to promote our fights a lot, and that could have robbed our marketability, not getting a lot of the exposure we could have got. We wasn't there to show when we fought. We kind of was a last minute. If I got a fight, let's just say it's October now, and I got a fight December. I wouldn't post it. I wouldn't share it until a week or so. It's just we were just so like prisoners in our situation, and just having them there and being able to embrace that love, because that's where that's where we come from. We come from that love and embracement from the amateurs, and how he had us groomed up coming in and learning. And when we got to my first pro fight, we was the same way. We was all together. And then we went to another situation, and all that changed. You know, all that not having that same love, that disconnection that fired us up. You know, that's what built us up and be who we was. So having that freedom to be there, I really embraced it. If y'all notice when I came out, I took that 10, 15 seconds. I stood there and I wanted to soak this all in.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, man, because I thought it was just me. I was like, you came out, and I ain't just saying this because you're on the show. I'm giving you verbatim.
Mhm.
When you came out, you just stopped and looked like you was checking out who was there, and you was just like, I belong here. I was like, I like that dude right there, man. Showmanship, man.
Yeah, that was my first opportunity to really be a part in that situation. I fought on co-mains before, but not really the way how Tony had it and everything coming out. So this was a good moment. I had my theme song. I knew I was coming out. My family's there. Everybody's here. And it's just a moment, just me not fighting in 2 years. I got to scan the arena, scan this feeling. I feel great. I feel amazing. It was like, man, this is a great feeling to actually. Let me stop here. Let me stop and wait. Give y'all a few seconds. Talk this
Came out like you were a jerk or a baby. I was like,
oh man, so I had to make a show a little bit.
man, the show you did, champ. I was
Yes,
very
you
impressed, man.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm glad
Yeah, it was very good. It was good. And then we seen you out, like I think at the out in the lobby, everybody was just all gathering around
Yeah.
you and showing you so much love. You know, y'all were taking pictures and everything.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was
People
good to
love me
see.
competing. They love seeing me in the ring. They love seeing the effort I give and being
Yeah.
robbed of that, or not being in a situation where I could give that all the time without having, without being taken advantage of. Because in boxing, a lot of people take advantage of you, and you just gotta know. You gotta know everything about the sport, every little detail. You gotta know everybody's position. That's why I said there's no book for us to know what you're supposed to do. And if you don't know and you don't say nothing, you get used for it or you're taken advantage of. And the more you know, the better you is. And the less you know, the more they're gonna take from you, or they're going to take advantage of to where you don't excel the way you need to do. So I'm just glad I'm young enough to catch on, young enough to get more information. I don't look at nothing I did and look bad at it. I look at everything and just say, hey, I've learned now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person who like to absorb and get knowledge. So now that I've learned, and it make me dive into learning more and just pay attention to more. I think I didn't pay attention to a lot of stuff because of, it could be maturity, it could be ignorance, whatever it was. Youth, I can accept saying all of that, but now I pay attention to everything. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that's a hell of a difference. I love
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah.
It lets us know that your journey from here on out, you got to pay attention and you got to be on top of your A game.
Yeah.
And what I saw was A game, man. The body shot. You came, hey, look, you regulated from the beginning. I think your mindset was, hey, look, I got to get this W. My journey coming back has just begun. Because I look back on, you had lost two majority decisions in a row. So I'm assuming you took time off to say, you know what, I'm gonna go back at this shit super strong. And you did that. So during that time, what was your mindset?
My
Just
mindset
knowing
was just working. I knew my skill is something was off. Something was like missing, and I had to assess myself. My whole thing when the time in the gaps that when I had the decision, the loss, and then I came back and had another loss. It was just like situations changed. I'm in Texas. I'm out of Texas. I'm trying to figure out my team. I'm trying to see what's missing from me in my situation is going to keep me back to where I could be my best self, because I've been fighting, but I haven't been fighting to my best self. So I got to find out what's the missing thing that's going to get me back on that edge. Because some people that fight and they lose, they don't be the same fighter. They kind of get moved on. Another fighter came. I lose, I still come back, because a lot of my losses wasn't losses. It was like, dang, either they didn't give it to me, or they edged out, or the politics. I fought against the politics of the sport, and I still survived. So I'm just like, okay, what's the difference? What's missing out of here? And I see, okay, I gotta get myself in a comfortable situation. And I know they train you to be uncomfortable, but if you got here being comfortable and then you get trained uncomfortable, that throws you off. You're not doing what started you. You know what I'm saying? You're training yourself to be something else and then thinking, what's the problem is? I'm not what I was anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing the same thing I was. So I'll go back to doing what I was and add on the experience that I have. And that's why I feel like I assess now, going back to everything from square one.
Mm-hmm.
What got me back loving the sport, what got me back doing the things I did. And that's what I think the change and everything. That's what the smile and all this you get now, because I'm happy now.
I love it, man.
The sport wasn't making me happy how things was going on. It was a real like a Scrooge type of feeling. It was like, man, it's just not even fun. I usually like fighting when you make this money or you do this. It isn't fun being in this situation. Had to make it get back fun again, because without you don't do nothing fun, there's no point in doing it. You're just doing it at that point.
That's right.
And I was almost at that point. I was right there until that last little hope.
You can always tell if you like doing something and then it starts dying down, the love for it and all that, the passion. You can always tell that it's not going in the right direction, or that is fading away. So either you're going to end it or you're going to get something, change up some stuff. But you can always tell when,
right,
if you don't love something anymore.
I was in a situation where I had to take what I took on the struggles, and I adopted that to me and felt like that was right. And it was like, that wasn't. I kept, when somebody tells you when something is bothering you and then you ignore it, and you realize like, hey, this is bothering me. Like my arm is hurting until your arm fall off. That's the situation I was in. It was like, I just kept pushing and pushing but I kept screaming these things and knew things was wrong. And so now you see when I'm in a comfortable situation, I fight better. I feel better. So it's like, I don't have to be under that anymore.
Yeah, that's so true. So out of everyone that you fought, is there anybody that you would like to have a rematch with?
All of them. All of them, they feel like it was close to them. We could do it again. We can run them all back.
The draws too?
Yeah, the draws too. The draws should have been a clear victory on one side, but we got to make this clear.
Because I saw an old interview. It was old, but I know one person at that particular time that you did want to rematch with. I think it was Hugo.
Hugo Santino, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like I said, I didn't dive into my situation. I didn't take control more of my career. I can honestly say this as a fighter, not speaking up more on what happened in my career. I didn't ask for fights. I didn't ask for things that was going on. And I wonder why I didn't get rematched, because I never said no to any fight. But that time had went on and we didn't get the fight back. And then we fought another fighter, I think, somebody fought in the MGM. I can't think of his name.
Okay.
But yeah, over that time,
the Angel.
The Angel.
Yeah.
And so I was right with one. I knew it was one or something.
Right. Hey, look, one thing, Serge, man.
That's nice.
We feel like having guys like you on the show, it's an honor and a privilege. So when you show up, we're gonna know more about you than you know about yourself, Chad. Yeah.
Juan had another question, Lou.
Go ahead, my light-skinned brother Juan Marshall.
He wanted to know, Immanuwel, are you looking for a title shot or just taking what you can to get to make a living for yourself?
Well, I'm definitely not just taking anything to make a living, but at this point, going forward, I don't want as much experience I've done in the game. I gotta look at the compensation of it. So I am a little bit, but I do want another title shot. That's the complete for me to bring back to Virginia. I feel like going at maybe 168, 160. We'll see, whatever. When I'm in the top level, I could be at any weight, to be honest. I could be wherever I want to be. And I just want to get another title. Other than the silver, I want to get a world title and bring that back. So yeah, I wanted to match up, because before I was fighting for the title, but I ain't have the living. So I'm trying to make it match. And I realized I ain't trying to go for one. You know what I'm saying? You can get the belt, but you ain't gonna get the rest.
Is there anybody in particular in the middleweight division you want to fight?
I like the Garcia kid. They offered me with Gervonta Davis a couple years ago, but that was like a last minute thing. I'm not a last minute person at that
Okay.
time. Like I don't feel like you just use me to use a name. I mean, this is how you become a champion, though. A lot of champions take them last minute ones, but a lot of things don't have guaranteed fights. You know, you don't have the guarantee, hey, we're fighting this date, this time. I just think in boxing, sometimes everything's like a bench thing. You gotta be on the bench, stay ready on the bench just to get your call, which is understood. But why can't you just have a date already set? I don't think what's the problem. If we're gonna fight on the 29th, let's fight on the 29th. I gotta be on standby for 3 months for an opportunity when I could just have my date already.
Yes, I'm glad you said
that's how I feel. I don't think
everybody
else feels
the
that
same way. Because
Mhm.
boxing is a sport that you don't play. You in there, your life is on the line.
Yeah.
So, like, at
They
least
spit you out.
Yes. If I'm gonna put my life on the line, at least let me choose where I choose to, you know what I'm saying, where I choose to fight at.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I have about boxing. I don't like it. So if I gave you two things right now, champ, to change in boxing, what would it be?
It would be the rules. I feel like the rules and the scheduling. The rules and scheduling. A lot of schedule of fights isn't scheduled in the favor of both. It's scheduled in the favor of one. And I just think the rules need to change. The rules need to change to be fair on all across the board. A lot of boxing, you can make your own rules. I mean, there's rules within states, but if you don't know the rules within states, every state has its own rule and its own licensing, and then you don't know the rules within your sanction. You have different rules in that, and boxers not looking at it. Boxers not reading their sanctioning rules right now. You know, a bunch of boxers who sign up, they don't know what their state does or what you can do, but you have to do that research, and then you pay for lawyers to do that. And if you don't manage your money right, everybody don't realize you're an individual contractor once they sign as a professional boxer. That's a change from an amateur to boxing. And this is me studying the business side. They don't realize like you're an individual. You sign your taxes different. You get 1099s and all this. You got to give out. And they don't realize like you're right into the business world instantly. You're providing a service for people and they have to study the business side going forward with it. It comes hand in hand, but we as fighters want to fight. We don't think that. We think the people's in our corner doing it. But if you don't know, it get passed along. It can, if you don't know anything, you just lost at that point.
Yeah.
So it's better to know ahead. And I feel like everybody should know in a fair standpoint. You shouldn't be allowed to do certain things for your own benefit. If it's going to rob the other fighter, let it be fair. We should be able to get a pension and we retire. You know, we don't get that. You retire, you done. You ain't save your coins correctly. You ain't do this and that, but all the things that you put into the sport, you don't get that back. All these sanctioning fees you take out of your check and these taxes, but you don't get a percentage back. That's crazy.
Crazy, man. You ain't never lied about that, man.
We get all the punches and we entertain everything. It fill all the money up to get no money back.
Y'all need to hire Kiki as y'all agent because she don't like it at all.
I just think more boxers need to speak up. That's in the sport. I think fighters are just comfortable in their situation where they're at. They're like, I made it here, so I'm not gonna speak about these. I'm good. I'm fine. I live good. But it's about like what Ali did. He changed the sport going forward. You got to change for everybody. It's generational here. For everybody to benefit. I'm looking for my nephews to change it, and kids after that, I want them to know. Like I'm teaching them, hey, look at this, focus on this. Like this is what change the game. Pass it on, pass the torch.
Yes.
Yeah. So when can we expect to see you back in the ring? You have anything set up yet, or anything you could tell us about? Or
I mean, hopefully somebody try to call me out and see if they hope they see something. It could be a possible weakness or an opportunity, but February 17th is possibly another day back at the casino. And as we're looking to come back out there with Tony Jetta, but we'll see if something else is on the table. But that's what we have so far. February 17th, we should be back there.
February 17th.
February 17th. I can see me and Kiki wearing the Chosen One t-shirt. I can envision that. I'm already envisioning that because one thing we do, we support our fighters, man. Like we got Professor Mike, especially shout out Professor Mike. Man. Yeah, that's my guy. I can see February 17th, us supporting the movement of the Chosen One. He is back and back for a title shot. It don't get no better than that, man.
Yes, appreciate it.
I got one last question, and I always ask a fighter this. Okay, you've been fighting since 2012, right?
Yeah.
So let's see, that's 12, almost 12 years in.
Right.
How would you describe your journey?
One of a kind. One of a kind. I think boxing has great stories, but my story from our family, how we started, and we went from every level. I feel like I went from the bottom of the bottom to even get recognized. Like there was nobody there. We was no representation. There was nobody in front of us. There's no world champion we trained under. We started from scratch. My brother just went to the gym. We learned as we went, and that's how we got this far. And it's like everything I achieved is an accomplishment. Being on here is an accomplishment. I'm writing my history for my family, so I feel like mine is one of a kind where there's nobody who done this before me, and I don't have nobody who I trained under or looked at. We all learned it. My dad learned how to coach. My brother learned how to fight, and we all just took it and ran with it.
That's right. That's right, man. Ran with it, and we running with you, champ. You running for that championship. Look, we right behind you, champ.
Yeah, definitely. Shoot, we have that day. We gonna have y'all with the tickets there for sure.
Yeah.
That's right. Kiki gonna be taking care of all that. All I do is show up, champ, and look pretty. She do everything. I just show up and look pretty, champ. I'll be 100 with you.
That's that light skin right there.
Yeah, I just show up and look pretty, man. Listen, she tell me the date. Look, Wednesday. Oh, I'm there. Boom. She do all the stuff, man. How to merch and do the channel and advertise. So when you talking to her, you talking to the pay, you talking to her, champ.
Kiki be on point then.
So Kiki, did you enter your gun?
Yep, I emptied my gun. I'm ready. I'm ready for the flowers. Or you want me to ask him first? Okay, before he gives you the flowers, let's get make sure we get it all out. Get your social media handles out. You have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, right?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I do have a TikTok.
Okay, and it's at Immanuwel Aleem, right?
Yep, all of them.
So I got all that. So, and then let them know about, I have it across the screen, following your journey and where they can follow you at. But also, you have merch as well, right?
Oh, yes. On my website, on iathechosen1.com. Make sure you go on that website. Get you a Chosen One shirt. We are ready. I'm waiting for y'all to click that link so we can ship these off so y'all be part of this. We got more merch on the way. We're going to have more hats and other stuff coming along. The next merchandise is crazy. I'm not even going to show y'all yet. But you know when the fight happens, February 17th, you got to be there. Jetta Promotions. Shout out to Tony Jetta. And you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that merch, the Chosen One. iathechosen1.com.
Okay, put that up.
That's right. Y'all heard it. Get the merch because he told me and Kiki he gonna be back February 17th. So clear your calendars. Get the merch. Show up in the building, and you ain't gonna be able to outmatch his family. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can wear the t-shirt, but you ain't gonna be able to outmatch that mom's energy, man. His mom was right there. She was telling that dude, "Hey, Slim, the next fight, I'm gonna need you to move to the side." Yes, she wanted to see her boy fight. I love it, man. Don't get no better than that. Hey, champ, whenever me and Kiki get somebody on the show, we like to give them flowers because we always say tomorrow ain't promised to you. So if you allow me, I would love to give you some flowers because I'm impressed with your journey. I'm proud of you. As we knew that we was going to get you on the show, we started doing research. We peeled it back like an onion, and we seen beautiful things. Watching your fight, watching your family embrace your journey, that was a beautiful thing. So me and Kiki, Live with Light Skin Lou Show, we are behind you 100%. And we are hoping and praying that you get whatever you need to get out of your journey. Like you said, you want to go into your 34, 35. That's 5 years from now. Hopefully by then you will be a world champion. But whatever it is you choose to do, the Live with Light Skin Lou Show, Kiki, the lovely Kiki, Light Skin Lou, we behind you 100%. We're going to embrace your journey until you lay them down. Yeah. And if you beefing with somebody and you want to get it off your chest, hit us up, dog. We would facilitate this, dog, and make sure that we handle it in a professional way. But now, real talk, young fella, I'm proud of you, man. Continue to be great. February 17th, if you're going to fight on that card, we look forward to seeing you. We're going to be reaching out to you soon to get some merch. I'm a Lakers fan, But I guess I can live with wearing the Phoenix Suns color because they are our rivalry. But for you, champ, I'll make an exception. I'll wear it.
I'm not gonna say we did just get y'all in the preseason, but I'm not. I didn't want to egg that on, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you have anything you ever want us to advertise or promote or anything, just send it to the business page that I was talking to you on, and I'll post it for you. We'll post it, advertise anything that you want to get out. Just send it there, and I'll make sure it gets done.
Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you. And I
no
want to thank all my
problem. Yeah.
sponsors that helped me for my last fight, Pro Cores and everybody. I'm gonna have to make a video because I had so many people that supported me and made sure they got that victory with me. So thank y'all, everybody who helped and contributed. It was amazing.
Okay.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know who Meatball 804 is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Meatball.
They be talking about, so shout out to them. Thank you.
That's just shout out to Meatball.
Shout out to Meatball.
He in the building.
I figured that was somebody you knew.
That's the nickname we gave him. We gave him Meatball.
What about Raymondo?
Raymondo, I think that's that's my homie Ray. Nature Boy Ray. Yeah. Shout out to Nature Boy Ray. What's up, my boy?
That's right, man. They come
Thank
and
y'all
show
for coming
support.
on.
That's right. So
Thank you.
as I'm putting my index cards together, because I like to be professional around here. I'm gonna ask you, what would you like me to write? Because I got your name right here. Man, you wrote the chosen one, Aleem. What would you like me to put? Because years down the line, when we old at the bingo game, we can look back at this as archives. So tell me what you want me to put beside your name as I file my index cards.
Break them down, lay them down.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Break them
that
down.
was my slogan. My slogan was break them down, lay them down.
I like that
right here.
That's what I'm doing with everybody. I'm breaking them down. I'm gonna lay them down. I broke that dude down one round. Laid them down in a second.
Like
yes,
you gotta start asking that to everybody. I like that.
Yeah, look.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Break it down, lay it down. I like that.
There we go.
That's right. Because I feel like in years to come, these are going to be stories that we could tell our kids, we could tell the up and coming fighters, because it's someday, hell, you might want to be a trainer and you can look back and say, hey, look here, y'all. We used to break them down and lay them down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually do that on the side. I train every now and then. I got some personal private sessions I do. And then my daughter's gonna grow up one day and get to see y'all. And there's gonna be history for her.
That's right. That's right, man. So as we said, man, continue to be great, young fella. We're a phone call away. You ever need something, you got some merch, you want to push it, send it to the lovely Kiki. And that's it, man. We truly appreciate. I didn't get to say my JC thing, so I'm gonna say it now. You could have been anywhere in the world, the chosen one, but you're here. And we truly appreciate it. I would have did a freestyle, but I'm a little tired right now.
Let's do it. I'm a Nas fan, but I love Jay too. Jay
But no, man. Continue to be great, and we look forward to seeing you in the future, champ.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all. This has been awesome.
All right, hit us up, champ.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Have a good night.
You too.
Yes.
Look who's here.
Who was that? Oh, my girl, Erica Sloan. Girl, I miss you, girl. Oh, man, that's my ace right there. You broke my heart when you moved to Houston.
Yeah, he misses you, Erica.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I don't get to hear no stories.
That's right. No more stories. We got to lay low on the stories, but I want to, once again, man, put your hands together for our guy, Immanuwel, the chosen one, Aleem. He came through here as the chosen one. He chose us. So we're the chosen one. He's the chosen one too. Give it up for my guy, man. He popped in. We stayed in for an hour, 18 minutes. He had a lot to offer, Kiki. He told me some stuff I ain't even know.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Raymundo said it was a great interview and he will be back to support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it, man.
It.
Don't be like them other people coming in here and they ain't even hitting that subscribe button. Hook us up, man. Hey, look, I'm getting tired of Kiki. She be beating me up because of what y'all doing. So if y'all don't want to see me in the streets with black eyes, hit the like button, man. Come on, man. Hit the like button.
Y'all hit the like button. Don't listen to him, but hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you following us on all our social media platforms at Live with Light Skin Lou. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Just make sure you follow us again. Like I said, Live with Light Skin Lou. Then, if you on this interview, or if you got to replay it later, so I say it again, we'll say it again. Hit the like button. And then if you're new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Please.
That's
It
right.
helps us out. It helps the visibility of the channel.
I'm tired of getting beat up, sure.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Meatball. He said we earned a fan one time for the DMV. Thank
That's
you
right,
so much.
Meatball. That's
We
right. We in
appreciate
the
it.
building, man.
And we thank you too, Raymonda. He said he subscribed to and like thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it.
That's right.
He said he a real one. Oh, Henry was in here too. He said he loved what we doing. Good job. And then now he also was talking to Erica. He said, yeah, everybody miss Erica.
Yeah, man.
Everybody miss you. You got to come back.
Oh man, Erica, hey, when she told me she was leaving, man, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that's how it is when you got them good co-workers. Oh,
Yeah,
Nasheed, what's up, Nasheed? Shout out
sugar.
to Nasheed Smith, Sugar Sheed, making his pro debut November 4th in DC at the Entertainment Sports Arena.
That's
We
right.
had him on last week, so if you missed him in Scooter's interview, make sure y'all check that out. Thanks, Nasheed, for coming in.
Yeah, Nasheed, I gave you a special shout out at the beginning of the show too. Check it out, champ. Save it and put it on Facebook so we can break the record, dog.
Yeah, and Aleem told us that he had been sparring with you too.
Yeah, putting that work in. That's one thing, Kiki. Remember we used to talk, and I say at some point, all of these guys in the same age group, they
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. I know Nasheed's not in his age group, but
Yeah,
Nasheed was around. So
yeah,
when he was there, they were able to get that work in. They've crossed paths at some
yeah,
point.
yeah. Thanks, Monique. We really appreciate you. We got a new
Special shout out
fan.
to Monique.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
thanks,
figure out
Monique.
where I know Monique from. But anyway, thank that you're here.
Now she said, "What's good, y'all? Definitely will."
That's right. I
So
think we
thank
should do that though,
everybody.
Kiki.
Huh?
Put a send off on every person's. I think yeah. I think
Yeah, I
that's
like that.
yeah.
You used to do that at
Yeah,
first, when you first started. I think you was doing it occasionally on different people's
yeah, Kiki. You
names.
know, my
But
mind
you know,
be
when you start, sometimes though, when you got so much going on, I mean, you're gonna forget.
yeah.
You're not gonna always remember that you do it. So when you do remember, and I'll try to remember to jot that down on my index cards because I have it all the time at the end. How I get their social media, and then I do our stuff. So what I
Yeah.
do, I try to jot that down. If I remember to jot that down, what is it again?
What?
To say
Yeah,
um
just say
a send
any
off
yeah,
quote or send off.
something you want to say to remember, to have to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Nasheed is still in here, he could tell us his because I still got his card right here.
Oh yeah, now Sheed, if you still in here, you can tell him he can write it on your card.
That's right. Your send off words, how you want to be remembered.
I
Yeah.
like that. What do you say? Break them,
Bro-
lay them down or something.
He
Break them up, lay
said
them down.
verbatim. What I said, let
Break
me
them up,
find it
lay
right
them
here. He
down.
said, break them down and lay them down.
Yeah, break them down and lay them down. Eddie B was
I
in
can't.
here. You can't hear?
You hear that?
What? I don't hear. I
Oh,
didn't hear that.
okay.
Eddie
That's
B was in here. And you know what? That guy, he's probably gone now. But he came in here at the very, very beginning. And I just want to tell him, the FDK guy, when we had, I just want to let you know, we had your gear on, your merch on a couple of shows ago. You wasn't in here, but we did have your merch on and shouted you out on one of our shows. But we don't have it on today, but we did have it on one of your shows. So I just wanted to let you know that.
You know what? He just hit me. My man Thomas Bird. He hit me. He
Yeah.
called me while we was on the set.
Yeah, he was in here at the very, very beginning.
Yeah, we definitely put his stuff. We had his stuff on, and we was
Yep,
looking
break
good
him
in that
down,
joint
lay
too.
him
Both of
down.
us had on nice little
Huh?
colors.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. So, guys, we truly appreciate you guys for coming
Mhm.
in every week. Y'all show us love.
Yep.
Y'all starting to get it. Y'all starting to hit that like button. I know I get on y'all about the like button, but I got to do that because y'all be coming in here to Kiki. They be like this,
See, it's you that say
right? Well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, they come in.
it.
They come in here and don't be hitting the like button, and they don't be hitting subscribe. But we got a lot of new subscribers tonight, so we truly appreciate
Mhm.
everybody who's hit that subscribe button. Come back next week, y'all. We got another bomb burner. I have no doubt in my mind that Kiki has put together another interview because I don't even be knowing who she having on. She just give me the name, say research, and show up Wednesday night at 8:30, and that's what I do. So Kiki gonna be posting everything. Usually she posts early because that's what she do.
Mhm.
Just follow the trend, y'all. Follow the Instagram,
And
Facebook,
follow us.
TikTok, everything.
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook, you'll know everything if you follow us there. You'll know everything before it come out, and then it goes to YouTube. But those are our first stops: Instagram and Facebook, and then it comes up on YouTube. So if y'all, want to start following those pages, do that. And also, if y'all were in here today for Immanuwel, if y'all probably already seen it by now. But if you haven't seen clips or his knockout, if you look on our YouTube page under shorts, if you put his name in, you will see a video clip of his second round KO.
That's
We
right.
do have it on there. So if you missed it, if you want to see it again or whatever, it's on there. So if you go to our YouTube channel and you go on the shorts, you will see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
we
surely
thank you
will.
again, Immanuwel, for coming on, taking the time out to come on. We really, really appreciate it. And we'll
That's
see you
right.
February 17th.
February 17th. We're gonna be back in the building, man. Me and Kiki, we be traveling up and down the road, getting to these fights. I love it. I
Yeah.
love meeting new fighters. Like I said, we didn't even know Immanuwel before October the 14th.
Mhm. Yeah.
We,
You
we
just
didn't get a
found out
chance to meet
about
him, but we reached out to him, and he gladly took the interview, and we got
it.
to know him even more.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing, and
Mhm.
that's why me and Kiki do what we do
Yeah.
because we love what we do. And I don't know about you, Kiki. When I get up on Wednesday mornings and I know I'm about to interview another guest,
Mhm.
um, I feel like I don't even feel like it's a job because
Yeah.
it's not a job when you love what you do.
Yeah. And that's why we got our Texas. Happy interview day.
That's
Happy
right.
interview day. That's what it is. Happy interview day. Because it feels real good. Oh, yeah. You know what? Since we talking, I know just in case I might forget next week, but I won't say it now. While we talking about the fights in November. So it's 2 fights next week. So we can give a shout out now. November 4th, we got the fight here by Davis Promotions. You got Short Dog Jordan White is the main event. Co-main event, I got Sugar Wayne. You got Derek Scooter Davis fighting. You got Nasheed Smith. You got Shaquille Daly. You got Andrew Collins. Um, I think E Chingy or something like that. E
Mm-hmm.
Chingo. I think that's
I
his
think
name. I
you said it
can't
right. Yeah, I think you
remember.
said it right.
And then I know it's probably some other people I'm missing, so please forgive me. But you got that fight. That's November 4th, Washington, D.C., the Mystics Arena, Entertainment and Sports Arena. So if you in town, you might want to check that out because that's going to be something hot for the city. The city's really going to be litty next weekend. So you might want to check that out next Saturday.
Yes,
Then, if
sir.
you in the Pennsylvania area or you want to travel on down to Pennsylvania and Allentown, PA, you might want to go check out the Adorno brothers, Joseph Blessed Hands Adorno, and then you got Jeremy Magic Hands Adorno. They will be fighting on November 4th in Allentown, PA. Shout out to them. Shout out to Mike Sermonero. So we will be up there in Pennsylvania. We will be covering the fight. We'll be up there
That's right.
supporting those guys.
95 North.
We are
Here we
looking
come,
forward
baby.
to it. So if
Somebody
you in
just
Pennsylvania, you can get your tickets from there.
that's right. Your boy Henry Martinez, I think he said, "Hey Kiki, what's your Instagram page?"
Oh, my Instagram page is Kiki Broadus. I'm gonna put it on here.
That's my coworker Henry Martinez, man. We
I
appreciate
know
you staying
Henry.
in here, man.
I think he on your Facebook, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no,
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking about Nelson.
Yeah, you think about Nelson
Yeah,
Rojas. Yeah,
Nelson.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Henry's on my Instagram, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Yeah, Henry,
Yeah.
follow me. I only got 5 followers. It's like, no, I'm kidding.
You lying like shit.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, follow me.
She lying like shit, man. But nah, real talk, man. We appreciate you guys for coming in. Everybody, if you laid a step, I don't care if you came in here just to hit the like button. We truly, truly appreciate it. We
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday at 8:30. Kiki gonna be putting something together.
Yeah, we got a
Always
special treat. We switching
special
it up.
treat. And she always be doing this shit behind my back. But guess what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get it to you guys. Thank you guys again. Y'all know the words. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always, always live your life to the fullest because tomorrow ain't
is not
promised. And that's just look, true as words I ever spoke.
Look, today ain't even promised.
Exactly.
Shoot,
Exactly.
the way things are going down.
Yes. So, guys, stay in the moment, keep your head on a swivel, and guess what? Pull up next week, Wednesday at 8:30, y'all. Me and Kiki, we up out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Look, I had one back.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou. Tune in live with light-skinned Lou.
Light skin Lou. Light skin Lou.